And back now with you right here on the KFYR Plus News Desk. And through the month of March, coming up starting tomorrow, law enforcement across the state will have extra patrols to remove impaired drivers from the road during Drive Sober or Get Pulled Over campaign. Joining me right now is Lauren Wallman, Safety Public Information Program Manager with the North Dakota Department of Transportation. Welcome, Lauren. Thank you so much for taking some time today.
Hi, thank you for having me.
You got it. Well, can you describe what are the primary goals of the Drive Sober or Get Pulled Over campaign?
So, we are partnering up with law enforcement across the state, have extra patrols out there, have extra messaging, and the main goal is to just remind people to have a plan before you go out to have a sober ride, but also have those law enforcement removing those impaired drivers from our roadways.
Yeah. Can you explain how the extra patrols will be implemented across the state during March?
Sure. So law enforcement agencies opt in to participate in Drive Sober or Get Pulled Over. So those law enforcement agencies that have opted in will be working overtime for those shifts.
Okay. With 36% of traffic deaths in 2024 being alcohol related, how does this compare to previous years? And are we seeing an increase or decrease in these incidents?
Yes, actually, so it was 36% in 2023 of our impaired driving
Sure.
fatality or of our driving fatalities were impaired driving.
Right.
And what we're actually seeing is a trend down, which is a positive thing, but that 36% still quite a bit when you're looking at it as a whole.
Yeah, still a pretty high number. I agree with you. What are some of the biggest challenges in enforcing uh, impaired driving laws and promoting sober driving in the state of North Dakota?
The hardest part is definitely being a rural state. If you're in cities like Fargo and Bismarck and Minot, you have more access to rideshare services like Uber and taxis. But if you're in those rural areas, you might not have that option. And I think it becomes more of a cultural norm to maybe go out and be able to drive home afterwards. And that's where it gets a little bit difficult is having people plan ahead for that sober ride.
Yeah. How does the campaign fit into the broader Vision Zero strategy to eliminate motor vehicle crash fatalities and serious injuries on North Dakota highways and byways?
So, Vision Zero's traffic safety initiative is to end motor vehicle fatalities and serious injuries on our roads. Seems like a lofty goal, but when you look at things like impaired driving, these are 100% preventable. If we could get everyone to drive sober or find a sober ride, we would eliminate that 36% that we saw in 2023 of our fatal crashes.
What progress has been made in achieving, Vision Zero in the state?
So we're seeing a lot of trending downward data. Like I mentioned, we have seen a total of our fatal crashes that are impaired driving related. We've seen that trend down. We're still finalizing numbers for 2024. We're excited to share it because it does look like we are trending down overall in 2024 for our total number of fatalities. So we are excited to get those numbers finalized and get them out to the public because we're really hoping that we see a positive impact there and getting closer to our zero goal.
We've got a big holiday, and it's one of those holidays where young people and old alike, I suppose, like to go out and drink green beer. Is there going to be another partnership possibly for ride sharing services with the state of North Dakota? Are there any partnerships that you have with local businesses or organizations to help promote sober driving?
Yes, so we actually have our ND Sober Ride program, which will be going on all through St. Patrick's Day weekend. So the code will be BZPATS, PATS 25. We'll have that up on our Vision Zero website. You can use that code for $10 off your Lyft ride throughout that weekend while codes last.
Great idea. How will the success of Drive Sober or Get Pulled Over campaign be measured?
What we're going to look at is once the campaign is over, we're going to take a look at our overall DUI numbers, see how those compare to previous years, and just making sure that our law enforcement are out there doing their job with removing those impaired drivers and make sure as Vision Zero, we're doing our job and getting the messaging out there and providing those sober rides. So we'll look at how many sober rides were used through ND's Sober Ride as well.
Okay, and one final question, Lauren. Can you tell us more about the North Dakota Crash Memorial Wall and its significance in the fight against impaired driving?
Yes, our crash memorial wall is located at visionzero.nd.gov. And what that is a safe place for families to honor their loved ones who lost their life on North Dakota roads. And there's a whole section specifically dedicated to impaired driving crashes, and it's all built in hopes of preventing further tragedies. So if you have a loved one that died in a motor vehicle crash, we would love for you to share your story with us, and we can promote that on our wall and through our social media channels.
Lauren Wallman, keeping our North Dakota highways and byways safe for us. Thank you so much. We appreciate your time.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Have a great weekend. 1:37 now. Let's take a quick break here at the news desk, and we'll be right back here with more news next on KFYR Plus.